Hi, this MDAS calculator I created earlier using Python. Right here I have all my braille buttons, and up here, as you can see, I have the label there, and around all of these various components I have my frames defined. Here I have entering widget here, and there's a label here, and I have buttons here. So let's see how it works. If I click on addition, and supposing I enter whatever number in there, I can maybe enter something else here. All I just need to do is select that, and that's what that gives me. If I change the operator to subtraction, let's click on sum up here, that is what we get. Supposing we change it to multiplication, there, division and modulus. What about exponent? Floor division, there. Okay, let's give that a go one more time. Select whatever number you want and just select any of the operators. Yeah, that's how it works. You can reset as you've seen earlier on, and you can then, or you can click on exit and select any of these functions. Either you want to, any of this method, either you want to stay and carry out one or two more calculations, or you can just exit. So what we do now is go straight into file, select new file, and let's start a new project entirely. So I'll start by importing from the following. That will be taking to import all of the library, and let's call that root, and the root equals tk, and we enter, press enter. Then let's see the roots. Let's define our geometry, and in this case I'm going to define my geometry as 1350 multiplied by 650, then plus 0 plus 0. So close that. So that will be my coordinate and the resolution sets. So the next thing I want to do is just to, let's enter my title there, open a bracket, let's call it MDAS calculator. Right, that's the name of my system. Okay, now let me just close the system right here underneath here. Let me close it and do that. Okay, that'll be main loop there. Okay, I close it so that I can save this file first. Let's go to file, save as. So we just call it MDAS underscore calculator. Let's save that straight onto my desktop. Yeah, so if I choose to run it, all you just see is just an empty frame. Oh, we need to close this, sorry about that. If I choose to run it now, all we see is just an empty frame. Okay, that's my frame there, so close that and let's continue with this. Now the next thing I want to do is to define my frames. So let's call the first one tops equals frame, and the frame is going to be inside the root, which is the name of my file there, or my app. Then the width, that's the width of my frame, and the height I'm going to specify, let's just make the height 50, and let's enter a border of 16 equals 16, and I would like it to be raised, right? Make the raise that to about, let's just raise it. Yeah, close that. Now the top, let's pack that up tops dot pack, and I would like it to be equals on top, to be right up there. Okay, that's the first part of the frame. So if I save, all you guys will see is just a frame inside my project. Look at that. So I'll just copy this same frame and just change the name to button right there. Paste that and just change this to, that would be the one right below there, and change this to button, and here change this to, let's go for approximately 700. Save this and run it, then you see the second part of the frame, and there we go, the first one and the second one. Alright, okay, the top part of my frame, let me enter a title in there, so I'll just call that LBL info. So the LBL info, the widget will be a label, and this label will be right inside tops. And let's say comma, let's set out our font equals our veil. Yeah, that's my font there. Okay, let's change this. Okay, that's my font, and comma, make that 50 and make it bold as well. Vehicle, make that bold, and close that, comma. What text would I like in there? So let me just call that MDAS calculator. Yeah, just close the calculator, comma. Let's go for BG or BD equals, let's say 16 as well, and yeah, and that'll be all. So that'll be my title. I also need to, yeah, let's put it within the group right there. So let's say grade equals 0, comma, column equals 0 as well. So that should do it. So let's just run this and see, then we can speed it up. Alright, that is the title right there. Okay, the next thing I'll just do now is just speed this up. Those are the lines of code for all of the frame, the way I want the layout of the frame to look like. So let's run it and you see that. That's my frame right there, guys. Okay, alright. Have a good look at the lines of code for the frame. Let's separate this from here down here. Those are the lines of code for the frames, the way I want it to look like. Save it one more time. There. Okay, so let's continue now. The first thing I want to do is let's define my radio buttons. Okay, just before the radio buttons is defined, I think I should declare a couple of variables so that I get those out of the way. So let's go for var equals integer. Alright, so I will also, let's go for first number as well. First number equals integer as well, and second number equals int. Then let's say total equals integer. There. So I have those ones in place. Then I will then create my radio button. This is my radio button there. Okay, for the addition part of it. So if I save all of this, let's save. Now I have the first part of the radio button. That's it right there. Okay, so let's copy this now. Copy this radio button and just paste it there. 4 of those, and that will be subtraction, and change that to subtraction. So those are all the radio buttons. So let's run this now. There we go, guys. I have all my radio buttons in place. Okay, now if you notice, this radio button happens to be inside LF. That is the frame that is referred to as LF. So the next ones will be inside RF, which is the right frame. And there we go. Those are the radio button for the right part of it. So let's run it and see. There we go. Those are the radio buttons there. Okay. And here is another radio button, but because I don't have any more arithmetic operators, so I just put that in there. Okay, and this is it right there. So if I take this off now, indicator, the indicator, if I take that off, you will see it will become just like any other radio button. That's it right there. Okay, so I take it, but I leave it there anyway. Undo that. There. Save again. There, that's it. Alright, the way it looks is going to look plain. So let me just change the back color. Let's change the back color for everything. So right up here, let's just say root dot configure background equals black. Okay, and just close that. Save, press F5 right there. Okay, now let's continue. Next thing I want to do now is to create my entrance widget and the buttons. Right here I have my label for the user to enter his or her first number. So if I run it, let's run it so that you see what I mean. And that is the label there, but we now need an entry widget there. So let's come back and just enter an entry widget there. So press Control S, press F5 and run it again. There. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and add one more. Let's copy this. Paste it underneath here. This one will be enter second number, and we need to change the coordinate. This one will be 1, and this one will be 1 as well. If you notice, they are both inside the frame known as answer dot 2, which is right here. Okay, that's where they are on. Right, this is supposed to be for number 1 and 2. So if I run it right there, okay, so close that. Alright, so we can, let's enter the second one, or this one can just be LBL second anyway. Second, and this is second as well, and this is first. Alright, so underneath here, let's just enter where the total will appear. That's where we get our total. That's for the total, and that's for the answer. So let's save that now. There. Okay. Alright, here we just need buttons there. So let's close that and create our buttons. Okay, the first button here will be, let's call it sum up. Sum up, that's the sum up button, equals button, and let's say the text. Now we want it inside. I think it's buttons. Let's see the name I gave to the framework. Okay, the framework is known as buttons right there. And the text on it will be known as, let's say, sum up there, and we want that inside. So dot grade, that will be 0, that's 0 0, column 0 0, and we need 2 more, so let's just copy. This one will be 1, column 1, column 2. This will be called exit, and this one will be called reset. Okay, so we change the text content to reset, and we change this one to exit. So let's save and run it, see how it looks for now. Okay, it's not there. Let's see what the fault might be. Oh, that's wrong spelling. Let's change this to button. Get rid of all the. Alright, save it again. Give that a shot and see. And those are the buttons right there. Now all I just need to do is let's come back in here. Let's say the width of the button is about 11. Let's increase it. Save that. Press F5. There's a comma missing there. Comma missing here as well. Press F5 now, and there we go. So I think I need to work more on that button. Let me improve on that button and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so far here's the improvement I made on the first button. So have a good look. Let's run the program first and see. Let's see. Okay, let's get rid of the sum first. I don't need that for now. Come back in here, run it again, and there, that's how the first button looks like. So I'll just copy that for the other buttons. Just copy that and just change the names here. So it's just the names now that I have to do again. Just come in here, call that exit, and this is reset. Press Ctrl S, press F5, and there. Oh, we have the same coordinate. Now let's see, this one is 1, this is 2, and let's run it again. There we go, guys. Alright, but right now none of them are doing anything. Now you can see zeros here, which is that's not required. Let's go to where we have my variables. Those are my variables, so I'm just going to copy that right underneath here, paste those, and use the method set and make that clear. So all those, that should get rid of the zeros in there. Then we will then define a function to carry out the calculation. Alright, there we go. All the zeros that you guys saw earlier, they are all gone. Okay, the first thing before the calculation, let's take care of the two easy ones. Right up here, define exit, okay, as, so the exit will be, let's come in here, as follows. So that is the command for the exit. Okay, then the next one is the next function. Let's go for reset. for the reset, you just need all of this. You can copy all of this, paste that in there. That should reset it. There's the reset taken care of. So if we come right underneath here where we have exit, so right there we can just enter command equals exit. There, done. And the other one right here, command equals reset. Those two commands are taken care of. Now the other one, let's just call that sum. That does not exist, but we will take care of that now. Or let me demonstrate this first, the first two first. Okay, let's run it. You see how those one works. Okay, if we enter whatever in there, we need to change this. If you click on that, and that's it gone. Check this out. That's fine. Okay, so if you notice, when I entered some data in here, okay, it actually reflected in here. That means they're both using the same variable. So let's go back in there and check, take care of those variables, and that will be the first and the label. No, this one, this is this, the variable first, and this one is variable first. No, this one should be variable second. There, that's fine now. And this one should be variable total. That's fine. So we'll run it and let's see that again. Yep, that's fine. Okay, that's it. So let's take care of the sum up now. I will enter the command there, sum, and go right up here, maybe underneath here, or maybe up here. Sum. So right here we use if statement. If var, if you remember this variable there, equals, let's say get equals the value 1. Okay, let's see, the value 1 should be in the radio button. That's, they all have their own value there. Okay, so let's go back, and I'm gonna use that quantity 1 equals float, and that means we float whatever is inside radio, inside a variable 1 dot get. Close that. And for variable 2 as well, let's copy paste and change that to 2, and make up a local variable again. Local variable sum up equals qty1 or quantity 1 plus qty2. Right, now we now need to add this into total equals, let's say dot set equals sum up, and that is all for that. Okay, that's the first part of it. The second part of it, we can just copy all of this, just copy that. So we now use else if we need to indent this 2, we want this to become minus. Okay, you see that, guys, how easy it is. So else if again. Okay, so I've just copied this and and just paste. Change these to, I think that should be 4. That will be value number 3, and let's change that to multiplication. There. Now the next one, that will be for division. That will be for value 4. So let's just speed that up now that you guys get the idea. Okay guys, this is how the rest lines of the codes look like. Let me show it to you. Okay, that's where I define my function, or you can call it method. Okay, take it down, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so if you want to have a good look at the code from the top there, okay, take it down again. That's where I have all of the function. The first part of it I imported as follows, and then up to here, from here down here, those are the frames, and that's the name of my project or the app right there, the resolution, the back color, and here I have all the frames up to here. Now take it down, and this is where the calculation took place, up to here. And here I have the exit button that prompts you to confirm if you want to exit or not. This is the reset button. Those are the variables. The variables set to 0. And here I have all the radio buttons up to here. Those are the radio buttons. Have a good look at it. And here I have the labels, enter widget, or entry widget label, entry widget label, another entry widget there for my answer. So I have entry widget 1, 2, and answer. Then here I have the buttons. Right underneath here, let's bring it up. That is the root, asking that to loop. So if I save, let's save and run it now. Right there guys. So select that, enter whatever number in there. Okay, make sure one of those operators are selected there. Let's try subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus, exponent for division. So with that guys, I'll call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you all enjoy it, but before I leave, let me show you guys the codes one more time. Those are the lines of codes again. Take it from the top and bring it down up to here. Okay, now you see the summing up where that took place. Exit, reset, variables declared, variable assigned 0, radio buttons, label widget, entry widget, buttons, and that's all there is to it. So with that, I'll say have a nice day. I suppose you guys enjoy it. Bye for now.